Good morning, welcome to the channel, The Dad That Van. Today's the day we tackle the wheel bearing on the rear of the van. It's been on my mind for a few weeks. It's been needed doing for a few weeks as well. So I might, because I'm short on time, what I might do is split the video into two. So I'll do the first half taking the bearing off, and then tomorrow or the day after, whenever I got time, I'll do the second part of the video putting it back together. It's just purely because of time, that's all. But at least if I make a start on it, then you know I'm not putting it off and I'm not delaying anymore. So with that said, let's go take the wheel off and get it jacked up and get some axle stands underneath, and let's make a start. Cheers. Right, here we are. I've got me overkill on tools, I think. Certainly on sockets, axle stands, jack, rubber gloves, oh yeah. WD-40, the Bible, the Haynes VW Transporter Haynes manual, recommended. Used to get one of these for Christmas every year for whatever car I had, and they don't seem to be as popular now, or at least I don't think they are, but anyway, good bit of kit that. And then various size sockets, and this is probably the most important bit, is the wheel bearing puller that I got for eBay for about 50 to 60 quid, I can't quite remember. And then just my tool bag for various bits of tools. Right then, this is the bearing I think it is. First things first, coffee. Probably going to see a lot of coffee throughout this video. Keeps me going. I'm not addicted, honestly. Right, let's get it jacked up. Next up, I've got to take the caliper off, which is 2 screws at the back, the pads out of there, and some sensor at the back as well, which I need to take off, and the brake disc. Yeah. Right, so taking that bolt out, and now this bolt, little 13 mils, so that should, of course it should, move. What am I not doing right here? What am I not doing right here? See, I'm not a mechanic, I don't know. Where's my hammer? What was I supposed to lift out? Do I need handbrake off? Possibly handbrake off. Right. Right, let's see if it moves now. Hopefully it will. I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I need. Just make sure I'm not stressing out at back, and I don't think I am. Why is it so bloody tight though? Right, that is off. Put that through there, round the shock absorber, which looks absolutely knackered, which is why it's probably banging. Right, so that's just tied back a little bit there. This is all going to need cleaning, but, and then I think I've got to take, to lose them bolts, I've got to take the pads out shite. Ah, that was easy enough. I don't know which is front and back. Doesn't matter. Plenty of life left on them, I think. Right, so that's freed off. Let's see which is front and back. Doesn't matter. I think I might leave it like that. Front and back there. And this should come off. Oh yeah, it's not coming off easy. With a gentle bit of persuasion, a bit of intuition, a bit of messing about, I managed to free these off, but it wasn't easy. And it's still tight now. But there's always a way. And these were tight, really tight. But we're here, we managed. That's the main thing. Oh yeah. Wow. That took some doing. Oh, that literally just comes off. That's all that is. Put that down there with nuts and bolts. Right, so wheel disc net, brake disc net, not wheel disc. Okay, so we've got, it looks like an M8, which it's not. We get M10, which it is. On there. Ah, now then. How do I stop that spinning around? Right, let me think. If I put these wheel nuts in, a couple of wheel nuts, will go in. Yeah. Put that in there. Get my bar in between. Where's that out for? Oh yes! Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Oh yeah, we're done. Needed a little bit of persuasion. And we are at the wheel bearing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that is not clever at all. Really happy to get to this stage. So it's just a case of getting wheel bearing puller on and taking the old bearing off. And then I'll fit it again tomorrow. But so chuffed, I'm not a mechanic, so to get to this stage, it wasn't difficult, it was just hard to get the bolts off, which were seized. So in that sense, yeah, I can see why people would struggle, definitely. I mean, I've struggled. But to get to this stage, I'm absolutely chuffed. So let's film this bearing, getting it off. I've been watching videos on it, so it should go okay. The bar, it's so tight, but it is moving. Oh my god. Right, it's 9:30 at night. Still daylight-ish, but I've been watching a YouTube video and I think I used the wrong bracket at the back of the hub, which is why I couldn't take it off. So I'm just going to have a quick go now, see if I can get it off. I definitely used the wrong bracket. I should use this one. Right, fingers crossed it works this time. Tight. Longer bar. Day 3, trying to get the bearing off the van. This is a lot harder than what I thought. It don't want to move. Yesterday was a bit of a write-off. I'd watched a few more YouTube videos and I'm doing everything right, but it is solid. So what my next? I'm gonna have another go, and if I can't get it off this time, then I'm gonna heat it up. Not the bearing, but the housing round it. See if it just gives it a little bit more freedom to move. Yeah, let's have a look. It just... Have I moved it any? Don't even moved it any. And everything's all right back here. Everything's out of the way. But I'm struggling. So I'll have another go, and then I'll try and warm it up. And then if that fails, I might be able to get some sort of pneumatic press from work to try and get it out. Hopefully I won't have to come to that, but we'll see. I've got company as well today. I've got these two floating about. I've got Float and Snowy keeping guard. Yeah. Oh, postman don't turn up because I'll go for him. Anyway, right. Let's crack on. Okay, I've got everything set up in place. I've greased all the thread and the bearings here. I've only done it up finger tight. So I'm going to give it, I'm going to nip it up, and then I'm going to give it some. It's crossed. We'll get it going. Rocket, which is what I knew would happen. Jesus. Split the socket. I don't think this thing's coming off. Don't look like it's moved at all. Right, I need to price up. Oh, fucking hell. Bottom arm, I suppose, and just buy it as a complete unit rather than trying to get the bearing out. Buy the arm or whatever. I don't know what it's called, trailing arm, whatever. Buy that, see, price that up and just see. I'll take it to a garage. Although, still got the pneumatic method, which I'll get from work today, so that might be tomorrow's job. Alright, that's it for today. So we're into day 3, and it's going to be day 4 tomorrow. Jesus.
because I'm recording this, I can't even ask you if I'm doing it wrong, because by the time I put video out, it'll be done. Or it won't be done. It will be done. Definitely. One way or another.
Right.
Day 4. Or is it day 5? I've lost count. Right. Update on this wheel bearing hub that I cannot get out. I've spoken to somebody who I work with, and they recommend taking the whole arm off and maybe getting it to a press.
Right.
So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. I've looked at it and it looks like there's maybe 2 main bolts holding the arm on, and then you've your shock absorber to undo as well. There's a few bits of like your handbrake cable and your brake line and stuff like that. So there's a bit to do, and it looks big and heavy, but that's what we're going to do. Or that's what I'm going to attempt to do anyway. I'm going to get the arm off. I mean, when I do the spring and the shock absorber, it'll be good practice to that, because I could take that off at the same time, maybe. Maybe not. But let's get the arm off, and then we'll get it in a press. And I may as well get the new bearing as well, so that can be pressed on once the old one's out. Right, wish me luck, because this is turning into a right saga. Anyway, right, I'll start undoing it and let's see how far we can get with that. Worst case is, I can put it all back together. So it's not all, doom and gloom. But let's see how far we can take it and see if I can't get it off. All right. Right. Get down. I started by undoing the anti-roll bar. Second bolt, sheared off. Good start.
Dang it, Bobby, that's exactly what we don't want.
That is remarkably not as tight as I was expecting. You gotta take the wind. Yes. This is the shock absorber. I'm just undoing now. That's come out really easy. Nice.
It's nice.
Well, not really easy, but there you go. So I'm going to try and take this rear spring out now. We pull down on arm. Should come out. Come on, you're nearly there. There we go. Right, I've taken the brake line off in 2 places. So I've taken it off here, which is attached to the caliper just there, and I've left the rest of it on all the way around, and then I've disconnected it just here on this bracket. So that's brake line's done, everything's off. It's just this last bolt here now, which I should be able to, if I can get to that. Once I can get to that, it should be out. Not bad, hey? Not bad. It's 10 o'clock at night. Wife is looking at me. I've got it off. Now I got the bearing off, I've got the arm off. There were one bolt that would just... Always one bolt, it's always the last bolt. I don't know if you can see it, but I've got it off. So now I can take it in. I can take it into work, and it's like a scary video this. I can take it into work and I can press it out, press the new one in. That were a bit of a mission, that, to get it out. So now I've got the arm off, I can drill out this sheared bolt, and then I can get the bearing in a press, and we'll go from there. Safety glasses, safety first.
Safety is sexy.
That's a 8mm tap. So this is my setup. So I'm using a press, and it's actually coming out, look. I'm gonna have to rejig it a bit, but it's coming. Oh, makes life so much easier. Yes. And we're back. No idea what day it is, how long I've been on with this. But the good news is, it's on. It is on, the new is on. It is where it needs to be. It's all up and lovely and greased, and I'm really happy that I've managed to get that done.
Ah, sweet!
Flo's looking for mum, look. Flo. Anyway, so I've got to put it back on van, which is what I'm going to do. I just want to show you something which is quite amusing. I was getting a banging noise at the back at van. So I have got new springs, new shockers to go on, which I'm going to put on. I was going to do it in a separate video, but it's pointless. I'm putting this arm back on and not putting the new suspension and spring in. So it'll be part of the video. I won't do a separate one. But look at the old shocker, and I'm pretty sure, looks nasty, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be more resistance than that. That is not doing anything at all.
Hold it, what the hell is that shit?
Yeah, so that's going to get replaced. I've lost quite a bit of brake fluid, so all the brakes are they're all going to need redoing. So I think the first job is change that shocker, and then I can get so I've still got enough room to put the rear trailing arm back on, and yeah, we'll go step by step, and we'll have it back together in no time. Of course we will. Right, let's just compare shockers. Slight different. No, no, the same length. Got your dust cap there. I mean, that's rock hard. That's a bit nice and soft. So I'm going to put that on. Also, I've got the new spring and the adjustment. That's so I can adjust the height. So they're going on new. Yay. Oh, and look, the new one I can hardly move, so just goes to show the old one was knackered. While I've got suspension, I may as well show you up front struts as well. I'll just go grab them. So this is going on the front suspension, new spring, adjustable there. I can't remember what the brand is off the top of my head, but I'll put a caption in somewhere there, and I'll tell you where I got them from. I think I call it... It used to be called Larkspeed Performance in Cleckheaton in West Yorkshire, and they've changed the name to Summit Performance, something like P&F Performance or something like that. That's where I've got them. Really helpful, really good guys, know what they're talking about. They don't just sell suspension, they sell all sorts of cars, for new wheels and any sort of upgrades that you might want. They sell a lot, so I can recommend them. So thank you to those guys for supplying them. I'll probably use them again, they were good guys. I'm actually going to use them to fit the front, because basically I go away in 3-4 weeks. So once I get the back done, for peace of mind, I'm going to let these guys do the front suspension, because if there's any drop links, any strap rod ends, probably wants new top mounts as well, they can just get it on hand, and it'll probably take them a couple of hours to change it. Where me on my drive, if I break something, I'm going to be stressing like, oh, I'm going to have to replace that, I'm going to have that. If I can't undo this screw, I'm after going to drill it out like I did on rear arm. Just for peace of mind, I'm going to let them guys do the front.
That's an interesting way of putting. That makes sense.
Right, a little bit. We've got, you can see, we've got both bolts on either side. They're nipped up tight. Here I've got the anti-roll bar in. Next I'm going to put the spring in. That should be fun. Right, I've got a dilemma. After reading online, I always thought that the bit that you adjust the height of your spring sits on top with with your spring underneath, and that's what it says online. However, I don't know if you can see my other one, but that's mounted underneath, and it might be wrong, but my dilemma is, if I fit that up there, right, which is a bit of a struggle, how am I supposed to adjust the height with the spanner if it's right up against there? There's no room to spin. If I fit it upside down, or what I'm led to believe upside down, I've got easy access. That is an easier option, I think. Now, there's no metal on metal because I've got... Where's it gone? The spring's got a rubber mount which sits on top. So there'll be no... there's no metal on metal. I can't see a problem with it. I'm sure there is, but I just can't see it. And like I said, my old ones that I'm taking off, they've been mounted like that and they've been fine. Oh, dilemma. I think I'm going to fit them how I took them off and see how I go. I can always change them around, a bit more work, but if they are wrong, I can always swap them. And I say it shouldn't be too difficult. It's pretty difficult so far, but yeah. Okay, so I've kind of answered my own question here. I've got the spring on, but you can see here it doesn't sit flush, it's kind of weighted to here, and if the spring were the other way around, I probably wouldn't have that problem. The problem that I've got is I can't fit the adjuster upside down, hold it, get the spring in and in place. And like I said before, I don't see how I would adjust it if it were right up against here, right? Where's my little spanner? They're right up there. Would I get my spanner in? Maybe, I don't think so, but you won't get it flush like this now. Right, so now I can adjust that easy. That's all right. I won't get it up there. It's all very confusing, and like I say, I'm no mechanic. I'm leaving it like that for now. Come back to it. That's that tight. Like something like that, right there. Yeah. With my hammer. Right, the light has just about beaten me. So we had a successful evening. As you can see, brake calipers on, brake discs on, new hub, new suspension is on, new shocker, got the brakes back together, both sides. So I think now all the thing that's left to do is re-bleed the brakes and put the wheel on.
Good job.
Saturday. Got my coffee ready. Oh, it's nice. I've got a couple of .4 1 litre brake fluids. I bought this kit, and it's a kit for bleeding your brakes just yourself, so you don't need somebody pressing the pedal up and down while somebody's at the brake, you know, opening and closing the valve. It's got a it's got a non-return valve on it, so when you pump the brakes, it pumps the air out, and then when you take your foot off the brake, it doesn't allow the air to go back in the system. Or that's the idea anyway. So this is the get that undone. This is the reservoir for the brake fluid, so I need to top that up, that reservoir, till it's full before I start pumping the brakes, because otherwise I'll just be pumping air through the system and that won't be any good. So I've got a little rubber adapter there, so when I pump, the brake fluid is going to come through here to my non-return valve, and then that's going to pump brake fluid into my little bottle. That's done. Brake pedal's really good. Didn't take much, I thought it'd be a lot more. I'll get the wheel back on, take it for a little drive, see how it feels, and then I'll do the suspension and the shock absorber on the other side. First sort of impressions of the height, I think that looks pretty good. Once I've driven it, I'm guessing it'll settle down and it'll find where it wants to be, and then if I need to adjust it, so be it. But I'll nip those nuts up and happy days. I'm proper pleased with myself. Never done anything like this before with cars ever, so just goes to show, if you've got the time and the patience and the equipment, obviously you can do it. But yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with myself actually.
Impressive. Most impressive.
Let's just hope the other side goes as smoothly as what this side did. At least I don't have to take trailing arm off the other side. I'm just swapping the spring and the shock absorber. I don't have to replace the wheel bearing, so that's kind of nice. Right, it's been a while since I started. Van, I hope it bloody starts. Yeah, of course it did. Oh, it's hot. Just noticed I've got an ABS light on and...
Wait a minute. Put your seatbelt on, please.
Let's put my seatbelt on. A warning light. I'm hoping they might go off once I've driven it a little bit. But let's see what happens. I'm going mad. There we go. Oh, springs out. And that is new suspension on. You can see it. It is on.
Good one. Yep, that's a good one.
So bleep brakes this side. Bleep brakes all around. Oh man, I'm knackered. It's been quite an adventure, this. Really chuffed that that I've been able to do it. Save myself a few quid in process. The reason I put a lowering kit on is because it's cheaper. I did look at putting it back to the original VW shocks and suspension. And when I rang main dealer, they started quoting me £700 just for the rear. I've not even got onto the front yet. So you can buy a lowering kit for as little as, I don't know, 200-300 quid. I mean, granted, quality wise, you can spend up to £1,000, £1,500. So budgets are what they are, and you get what you can afford, I suppose. So it worked out a lot cheaper just to replace it with another lowering kit, which is what I've done. So if you haven't subscribed and you've enjoyed watching me making a fool like myself and struggling like mad, please subscribe. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.